Yo, what is up you guys? It's your boy Vu. Today I'm going to be doing another cooking tutorial. I know this is a bit long overdue. I haven't made one since I think November. That's gonna change now. Today I'm going to be making Vietnamese caramelized braised pork belly with eggs, or as we call it, Thịt Trứng. And it's one of my favorite dishes in the Vietnamese cuisine. And I'm so excited to show you guys. I originally made this video about 2 days ago, but then I noticed that it wasn't the best video that I could have possibly made. So I'm going to try and redo this one because, you know, you guys deserve a really nice cooking tutorial. But yeah, you know, let's get to it. Let's get started. I'm excited. Let's get to cooking. Alright, so the very first thing we're gonna go over is the pork belly. This right here is about a pound of pork belly. Here we have 2 things of shallots, 4 things of garlic, 2 eggs, coco rico, which is like a coconut soda, fish sauce, pork seasoning. I usually use the Knorr brand, but if you can't find it, you know, you don't really need it. This here is just to enhance the flavor just a little bit. A ½ tablespoon of ground black pepper, and here we have 2 tablespoons of sugar. Let's get to preparing our marinade and chopping all these ingredients up. So first we're gonna start by slicing up our garlic. Now you're gonna move your garlic to the side. Now we're gonna work on our shallots. And even with these shallots, you wanna go ahead and cut them into the smallest pieces possible. And once you're done, you can mix them together with your garlic. Transfer this into another bowl. Now you can go ahead and put this to the side. So before you even marinate your pork or cook it, what I like to do is I like to clean my pork. The way I do that is I blanch it. And to do that, you have to boil some water, add some salt, and you want to add your pork in for 1 to 2 minutes, remove it, and then run it underneath cold water. Alright you guys, so now that our pork has cooled down, you want to go ahead and cut this block of pork into some bite-sized pieces. All right, nice. We have our pork. You want to go ahead and add the shallots and the garlic mix that you cut up and chopped up earlier. You want to add the pork seasoning. The sugar, just a tad bit of black pepper. You don't have to use the whole thing right now. Finally, the fish sauce. Go ahead and mix this all up. Make sure you coat the pork evenly. Wow, you can just smell the fragrance already. It's delicious, man. Alright you guys, so while we let our pork marinate, which is going to take about 15 to 20 minutes, what you want to do is start boiling your eggs. Now, if no one's ever told you guys this, I'm going to be the one to tell you guys. The perfect amount of time to cook an egg is 8 minutes, alright? Alright, nice. Oh my god, it's already cracked! Bro! Okay, don't worry about that, y'all. That's okay. As soon as you set that very last egg in, set your timer. Set your timer to 8 minutes, okay? 8 minutes. Alright, y'all. As soon as you're done boiling the egg, take it out of the heat and immediately run it underneath cold water. This way, you know, that way, your egg's very easy to peel and just makes your life a whole lot easier. Now what I actually like to do to speed up this process is adding ice to it. Should be enough ice. Hopefully I don't have to teach you guys how to peel an egg, but how I do it is I'll like bang it against like the kitchen sink or something. You see? Look how easy it is to peel the egg now. Like, sensational. So once you got your eggs peeled, make sure you want to like run it underneath some more water. make sure like the shell casing on it is all off. You don't want shells in your dish. We're gonna go ahead and heat in a separate pan. Heat this up to medium heat. And you wanna go ahead and add yourself some oil. Right now I'm using olive oil, just enough oil. You don't wanna add too much because the pork belly is already pretty fatty of a protein. And you know that your heat is hot when it starts moving a lot easier than this. Like the hotter it gets, the faster the actual oil moves around the pan. So this next part here is pretty easy. What you want to do is you want to add yourself a tablespoon of sugar. We're going to be making the caramel sauce right now. Mind you, you do not have to use too much sugar because later on the coconut soda is going to do most of the sweetening for the dish. This right here is just to get kind of like the coloring if you don't have coloring at home. Once the sugar turns brown, caramelizes, you want to go ahead and add your pork, your marinated pork, like immediately and start stir frying it. As you can see, it's starting to brown up just a little already. At this point, you want to go ahead and just get your marinated pork ready. You want it to caramelize just a little bit more. And now it is just about ready. Just as it's starting to smoke, you want to go ahead and add your pork. You want to stir fry it, make sure it's cooked a little evenly on all sides. So notice how the caramel coloring is getting on the pork and it's changing the color of this meat already. That's exactly what you want to see. Wow, if only you guys could smell this right now. It smells so amazing. Alright, so now that it's been 3 to 4 minutes, what you want to do now is you want to go ahead and add your coconut soda. If you don't have coconut soda, you can use Coca-Cola, okay? And I add just enough to submerge the pork. Well, for me, that's the whole can. So from this point, you can go ahead and let your pork cook. You want to let this come up to a boil again before you turn the heat down. But this is the perfect time to add the remainder of your black pepper. And you can add more if you want. I like to have a lot of black pepper because I like this dish to be, real peppery. Alright, so also, like I said earlier, you're going to be seeing some impurities in the dish. Most of this is just the foam from the soda itself, but for me, I like to be extra cautious and just remove the foam as I go. I'm gonna do it just like that. You wanna go ahead and place it into like a separate bowl or something because you're gonna end up dumping this. Alright, so now that it's at a boil, you wanna go ahead and lower the heat down to about medium to medium low. From here, we can go ahead and start adding the boiled eggs. So from this point, you want to go ahead and just let this cook for an hour to 2 hours. The longer you let this cook, the softer your pork becomes. Me personally, I don't like my thịt to be too soft. I do like it to have a little bit of a chew. So I'm just going to cook this for about an hour. Go ahead, go clean your room or something, wash the dishes, let it do its magic. Hopefully you have a bowl of rice ready because this right here is gonna go great with a bowl of rice. Trust me. So as you guys can see, the sauce has, reduced down to about 1/4 of what it used to be. And I think at this point we can go ahead and turn off the heat. So obviously you guys wanna make sure you taste it before you turn off the heat. Make sure it's the right amount of saltiness, sweetness, if you want spiciness. But for me, this is perfect. I am done and I'm going to turn off the heat. Alright you guys, so as y'all can see, this is the final product. And that looks amazing. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and start eating this right now because this looks amazing. And like I said, you know, I wanted that sauce to be thick so that it can stick to the rice. Let's do our first bite. Bro, I don't even want to talk to y'all right now, bro. You guys can see that. Let's make the perfect bite. Rice, pork, egg. Alright, so there you have you guys. That was my Thịt by Roy with Trứng. This is probably one of the easiest Vietnamese meals to make. I hope you guys like that. I really enjoy making these cooking videos. If you guys like that, please leave a like and subscribe. And please leave a comment down below for whatever you guys want me to make next. Yeah, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!